Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Minnesota.
Twins-Royals series is brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. It is a bright and sunny but cool evening here in Kansas City. The Twins will hope to cool off these Royals hitters and salvage a game in this 3-game series. That'll be the task for Mike Pelfrey, making his 3rd start of the season. He has yet to factor into a decision this year. Jeremy Guthrie is 9-3. He'll go for Kansas City tonight, 9-3 in his career against the Twins. Good evening. Once again from Kansas City, I'm Marnie Gellner. The Royals started out the season as a hot-hitting team, and they have not cooled off yet. We're 14 games into the season. The Royals are still at the top offensively. The .310 team batting average is tops in the major leagues. They're 2nd in runs scored and in slugging percentage. The Royals hitters have only struck out 64 times. That is by far the fewest in baseball. So tonight, Mike Pelfrey will have his work cut out for him.
You know, they're fairly, they added some older guys, but, they're young, and I think, they kind of feed off each other. And I think you saw last night, we made a mistake in the field, and they kind of just ignited them, and they kind of just took off from there. So, you try to eliminate the mistakes and try to keep those guys off the base passes as best you can, because, they have speed that can change the game. And like I said, I think it's pretty contagious, especially with all those, young guys.
Pelfrey is looking for not only his first win of the season, but his first win in a while. How he will approach the hot-hitting Royals next.
Is presented by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. It's a beautiful spring night for baseball in Kansas City. The Twins hoping to avoid their second series sweep against an American League Central foe. Kansas native Mike Pelfrey making his third start here at Kauffman Stadium, hoping to get the Twins into the win column in the series finale. And we welcome you to Kauffman Stadium. I'm Dick Bramer. You know who he is. Bert Blyleven, and the Twins are going to try to get out of here with a win. They'd really like to get a quality start from Mike Pelfrey.
Yeah, it's exactly what the Twins want. Mike Pelfrey, yes, he has struggled. He has not won a ball game since August of 2013. That a win against the Detroit Tigers, making his fourth career start against the Royals, also looking for his first win against the Royals. A lot of family and friends here. Hopefully he can stick out there long enough to have a quality start. Twins really need him to go deep into the ball game.
And so the Twins will hope to win the series finale, taking on a very good hitting ball club. The Twins hope to get enough offense out of their lineup to pull out a win against the Royals. Home whites. This spectacular day. Goal! A home run for Arcia. A high fly to left field. Goal! A home run as Trevor Plouffe walks them off. Deep to left field, down the line. Goal! And a high throw. Bauer with the tag. They'll get a double play. It was a good homestand for the Twins. They won a couple of series, finished 4-2 in the first homestand. The challenge has been so far this year playing good baseball on the road. The Twins right now are just 1-7 away from target field.
Yeah, you can see the runs scored only 19 in the 8 ball games, where the average is right around 200. So need to pitch better and get better hits.
Twins were in position to win the ball game last night. Actually got 4 clutch 2-out hits to score 4 runs. Probably more clutch 2-out hits than they'd had in the season prior to that inning. And then the bullpen struggled. Twins lost another ball game. The Menards batting order for the final game. Danny Santana, Torrey Hunter, Joel Mauer, Brian Dozier, Kenny Vargas, Trevor Plouffe, Oswaldo Arcia, Kurt Suzuki, and Jordan Schaefer.
And it'll be Jeremy Guthrie on the mound here tonight for the Kansas City Royals. He's making his 3rd start of the year, his 15th career start against the Twins. I think when Guthrie came over back in 2012, what the Royals have been able to get is durability out of this guy. He has not missed a start. Last year, 32 starts. Back in 2013, 33 starts. 13-game winner last year. Trying to win his second game here tonight.
And the Northland Ford defense for the Royals. Alex Gordon in left, Lorenzo Cain in center, Paulo Orlando in right, Moustakas and Escobar left side of the infield, Colon and Hosmer on the right side, Salvador Perez behind the plate. Corey Blazer with plate duty tonight. City's native Jeff Nelson, the crew chief at first. Laz Diaz, Chris Cuccione rounded out, and Danny Santana in the box to get things started. And Santana rockets one down the right field line and into the corner. Orlando plays it well. Santana on the very first pitch of the game has a leadoff double.
Well, Guthrie is a strike thrower. Looked like Santana sitting on that fastball, got it and lined it underneath the glove of Hosmer. So fastball right there. Santana ready to hit. The Gold Glover at first base could not get it into the corner. And Danny Santana with his second double of the year. Good start for the Twins.
And now Torrey Hunter. And Hunter takes strike one.
I mentioned Guthrie starting his 15th start against the Twins, his 17th game. There are some Twins that have had good success against Guthrie. Torrey Hunter, 16 hits and 49 at bats, a .327 batting average with a home run.
And missing the outside corner, 1-1.
And even though, you know, we have a couple guys that have had success against him, Guthrie has had very good success against the Twins. 9-3 in the 15 starts with a 3.38 ERA.
Inside 2-1. Kurt Suzuki's hit the ball well against him. Mauer has 3 lifetime home runs against Guthrie. To the right field corner, deep but twisting foul, and back into the seats. Boy, that wasn't too far from the foul pole. 2-2 to Hunter. Guthrie, a starter in the World Series, started a couple of games against the Giants, won one, lost one.
Yeah, one thing about that series, I don't think a starter went past 6 innings, did they?
2 starts, a win, a loss, and total in the 2 starts, 8 1/3 innings.
Right.
That's kind of how that series was played out. Roller to short. Santana got a late start toward third, and he's an easy out. He hesitated, and then, as the cliche goes, was lost.
Well, we saw a base running mistake by Joe Mauer last night, and here's Santana. The ball hit in front of him. You're at second base. You have to hold your ground. And all Escobar has to do is make sure that he can throw a strike over to Moustakas, and Moustakas applies the tag. Bad base running.
Base running blunders last night nearly cost the Twins a big inning. They kind of hit their way out of the mistakes. Mauer with some base running miscues, but the Twins got some 2-out hits, ended up putting up 4 runs that inning anyway. They're strike 1 to Mauer. Well, it's a mistake, and we've talked about it in Minnesota when the Royals were there, and certainly here. 5 years ago, you might have been able to make mistakes against this Kansas City team and still beat them, but they're too good now. You've just lost a runner in scoring position needlessly.
Well, the Twins come in with 5 wins and 9 losses, and we've seen 3 or 4 games that the Twins have just played ugly baseball.
Down and in, 2-1. Twins hoping to get some early runs on the board, give Mike Pelfrey some runs to work with. And now 3-1, Dozier on deck. Royals got Guthrie from the Rockies, and the Royals gave up their own version of Guthrie. Guthrie in Colorado and Jonathan Sanchez for the Royals were both square pegs and round holes. Fouled back into the seats. Sanchez was really awful here for the Royals, and Guthrie wasn't any better for the Rockies. And so the Rockies and Royals exchanged. I mean, Guthrie's a wonderful man. I don't know anything about Sanchez, but he was a trouble spot for the Rockies, and Guthrie comes over here and bingo.
Well, there have been pitchers that went to Colorado that didn't particularly care to pitch there. You know, he had some pretty good years in Baltimore. He didn't get a lot of run support, but he was a guy that always pitched 200 innings a year.
Hunter takes off, and it's ball 4. So the Twins get that runner at second base to cover up the base running mistake, and now Dozier with runners at first and second and one away. Twins haven't taken many walks, and maybe no surprise that Hunter would take one there. He's got the most at-bats of anybody in the lineup. Just the 4th walk Torrey has taken, and the 33rd walk by the roster. 6 of those intentional walks. And the ball thrown into center field. Guthrie lobbing one over the head of Colon, and now 2 men are in scoring position.
Let's see if the Twins can take advantage of the error by Guthrie. Guthrie just kind of stepping off in a quick throw that overshoots Colon. And Torrey and Joe Mauer advance.
Dozier's in an RBI spot in the infield playing back. Moustakas about even with the bag at third base. This one fouled over our heads. 1 strike. Dozier hit a double after Mauer had doubled last night, but Joe did not take the correct read on it, did not score from second base on a double. 1-1.
Guthrie has all 4 pitches, a fastball in the low 90s. That last pitch, the curveball, slider, and a changeup. He's pitched for the Indians, the Orioles, the Rockies, and now here in Kansas City.
Inside, 2-1. The walk issued to Hunter, or to Mauer rather. Just the 2nd walk issued this year by Guthrie. Dozier starting to pick up some walks, which usually means that hits will follow.
Middle of the infield playing back, just get it passed on the ground there. Past Guthrie, and Dozier's got an RBI.
Vargas on deck, and it's 3-1 now to Dozier. Dangerous pitch for Guthrie. He's somewhat home run prone, and Dozier's led the team in home runs the last 2 years. Liner to center. It's down for a hit. Mauer around third. He's being held up late. It's a bad throw by Kane, and Dozier drives one in. And the Twins get the first run.
Well, Brian got the count in his favor, got a fastball, and hit it softly in front of Kane. Joe Mauer got a good read right here. You see Joe taking off, but Kane comes up quickly and gets that ball back in, even though it was offline. Did a good job of charging that ball. Brian Dozier picking up an RBI, his 4th of the year.
And now Vargas with 2 hits, 27 at bats from this side of the plate. He's yet to drive in a run as a left-handed batter, and a great chance to do that here. Outside, ball 1. Guthrie 18 pitches, only 8 strikes. Last year a much better left-handed hitter than right-handed.
Very quick feet for Guthrie, so you have to be careful at first base. Dozier has yet to attempt to steal a base, but Guthrie over his career 12 pickoffs.
Check swing, 2-0. Way out in front of the off-speed pitch.
Good change up right there by Guthrie. at 84 miles an hour.
As I think you saw, Guthrie's already given up 4 home runs this year, 3 of them to the Oakland A's in his most recent start. That's a fair ball into the right field corner. Mauer will score. Dozier to third. He will be held up with Vargas rifling a single into the corner.
Well, Hosmer was holding Dozier off, and when the pitch went home, he jumped off the bag and the ball was hit behind him. Fastball stayed up. Vargas, good strong swing. See Hosmer get off. It just got out of his reach into the corner. RBI single for Vargas, picking up his 4th RBI.
Dave Hyland, the pitching coach, and a first inning trip to the mound for Jeremy Guthrie. Only one batter's been retired, Hunter. On a ground ball to short. Hunter reached on a fielder's choice. It's been a rough inning for Guthrie. He's given up 3 hits, a walk, and he committed a throwing error in the midst of it all. And now Plouffe. Strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, Guthrie usually a strike thrower. He's pitched almost 1,700 innings over his career, averaging just 2.5 walks.
Inside 1-1.
So having trouble here in the first inning, finding the strike zone.
Two and 1. 24 pitches. He's got a ways to go yet in this first inning to match David Price, who threw 51 pitches for the Tigers against the Yankees tonight, giving up 6 first inning runs. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
A slider right there, good location. Trevor, 3 hits and 18 at bats against Guthrie. See if he can pick up that 3rd run of the inning.
Well, 3-2. And Butch Davis, first base coach, tethering himself to Kenny Vargas, telling him don't go. Arcia on deck. Full count to Plouffe. Ball 4, and they're loaded for Arcia.
Yeah, 2nd walk of the inning.
Good walk taken by Plouffe. 2 on the board, and a chance for a much bigger inning here with Arcia coming to the plate. Arcia just a couple of hits, 12 at bats against Guthrie. Arcia delivered one of the 2 out singles to drive in a run in the 6th inning last night. And that hit him in the elbow, and Arcia will get an run batted in, with Dozier coming in from third base, 3-0.
Yeah, Guthrie trying to go inside, got a piece of the arm of Arcia, so he picks up his 5th RBI with bases loaded. We got the right elbow area, maybe the forearm.
Here is Suzuki. We showed you earlier, Suzuki's really had success against Guthrie. 8 for 21. Bases loaded, still only 1 out. On the outside corner.
We gotta like the way this game has started.
Off the plate, 1-1. First pitch of the game whacked for a double. Base running mistake notwithstanding, it's been a good inning for the Twins. back 1-2. Double play grounder. Suzuki's got to hustle. And Guthrie gives up 3, but stays out of a bigger inning by getting a big double play ground ball to end the inning. Of the series, and now a first inning lead. Ned Yost hoping to get the Royals back to the World Series. Here's his Menard batting order for the 6th game already between these two teams. Alcides Escobar leading off. Mike Moustakas, and as you go down the batting order, look at all the batting averages that begin with a 3. Kane, Hosmer, Morales, Gordon probably finished near 300. Then Perez, Orlando has stepped in and gotten some big hits, and Christian Colon did as well last night. And Mike Pelfrey's got an early 3-0 lead.
Hey, you know what? Mike Pelfrey knows that too. He knows that this Royal Ball Club has been swinging a very good bat, so he cannot make any mistakes. Get ahead, work in that changeup, work in the breaking ball. Pelfrey making his 3rd start of the year.
1 strike to Escobar. Chopped foul. There is this. Pelfrey, Kansas native, incidental really to the fact that he probably had his best start ever for the Twins here at Kauffman Stadium 2 years ago against the Royals. He had 6 shutout innings, and then everything just kind of snowballed on him in the 7th. But he really had it going against the Royals that night. And Mauer scoops it up. Escobar retired on a ground ball, 1 down. Northland Ford defense for the Twins, and now with a 3-0 lead, we'll see if they can play a nice tidy game out in the field. Arcia, Schaefer, Hunter across the outfield. Blue, Santana, Dozier, Mauer across the infield. Suzuki doing the catching. Oh, 1 down. And Pelfrey in his last start had things rolling along just fine through 3 innings, and then all sorts of trouble in the 4th and 5th.
Well, he started walking some guys.
Ball 1.
That against the Cleveland Indians. Got a no decision in his last start. That's the game the Twins won in 11 innings, 3-2.
And a belt high strike, 1-1. Early leads, not new for Pelfrey. In Chicago in his first start, the Twins got 4 early runs against Jeff Samardzija, and Pelfrey was unable to hold that lead. Going to the right side. Mauer backhands it. Pelfrey to the bag, 2 down. And Mike Pelfrey is tonight's DraftKings player to watch. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com. The official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Enter promo code Twin City.
Yeah, it's been 13 starts. This was his 14th start. Or last 13 starts, Pelfrey has not won a big league game. You have to go back to August 20th, 2013, when he beat the Detroit Tigers in Detroit. So he is due.
There's Lorenzo Cain. Pitches up. Among Twin starters, Pelfrey is the hardest thrower. Dozier knocks it down, comes up firing. Safe at first. And we'll see if the Twins challenge. Dozier didn't field it. He knocked it down, and by the time he picked it up and flipped it to Mauer, Cain apparently beat it out.
That's a nice play by Dozier right there. He was playing him pretty straight up, but dove for it. Very bang play at first base.
Yep.
Cain just getting that foot on the bag before the ball got into the glove of Joe Mauer. But a good effort right here by Brian Dozier, diving and making that play very close.
And that'll bring up Eric Hosmer. And Cain goes on the first pitch. Suzuki's throw. Not in time.
Royals like to run. Cain, one of those quick base stealers, 5th stolen base in 6 attempts. Last night's ball game, the Royals stole 3 bases. Got a great jump right here. Suzuki, even though it's a great throw, you can see Cain got there way before the throw. Diving in head first.
And now Hosmer, 1-0 the count. And inside 2-0. By the time Pelfrey took the mound, the first base coach for the Royals, Rusty Kuntz, had spent a lot of time, I'm sure, looking at Pelfrey's delivery, time to the plate. It was Kuntz who was given a lot of credit last year in the wild card game for discovering that John Lester didn't like to throw over to first, or second for that matter. The Royals, who were behind to Lester and the A's going into the late innings, took advantage of Lester's inability to check runners.
Yep.
And started running wild, ended up coming back and winning the ball game.
Yeah, fall behind here 3-0. Hosmer, one of these guys, he's going to get the green light, so be careful with the pitch.
And shaves the outside corner. And a walk. And now the tying run comes to the plate. It's a sign of a team that is going good and doing things the right way. And conversely, a sign of a team that's struggling. When you score, as the Twins did last night, a 4-run 6th inning, but the Royals came back and got one in the bottom of the inning, and that was one of the biggest runs scored in the game.
Pelfrey trying to overthrow a little bit right there against Hosmer. Got to mix in that changeup. Got to mix in the breaking ball. This is a club that does not strike out. In the first 2 games of this series, Twins pitching staff has been able to only pick up 2 strikeouts. One here on Monday and then one here last night. So they make contact.
And Morales swings late and wildly. The entire Royal roster, all of them, all the hitters, have struck out a total of 5 times against Mike Pelfrey. But he's got 2 ground ball outs. Now 2 men are aboard. He needs to get this guy and let the Twins start swinging the bats again. One hopper to Dozier.
All right, good job.
Single and a walk with 2 out do no damage other than extending Pelfrey's pitch count. degrees. In our Sanford Health Injury Report, Ricky Nolasco is going to start for the Cedar Rapids Colonels on Saturday. He's got a right elbow issue. Brian Dunsing with a right intercostal strain. Hope is that in short order those two veterans will come back. Here is Jordan Schaefer leading off the second for the Twins. First pitch tapped to second. Easy play for Cologne. And Schaefer out on one pitch. And that'll get us back to Danny Santana. You can combine your love of the Twins and the Golden Gophers by attending University of Minnesota night at Target Field May 1st against the White Sox. Find out how to see the game and get a limited edition maroon and gold Twins cap like the one the former Gopher Glenn Perkins is wearing there. Visit twinsbaseball.com/U of M for tickets and more info. I have to get one of those. I already have my Golden Gopher Blaze orange cap. My daughter's going to the University of Minnesota, so I'll be wearing a Golden Gopher Blaze orange cap when I'm in the field this fall.
Very nice.
1-1 to Danny Santana. Pulled a double into the right field corner on the game's first pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
I think it's important for Santana to do exactly what he did. Look for the fastball early and hopefully make contact, because clubs have been going breaking balls once they get ahead.
Hosmer to his right makes a nice play. 2 down. Pass along birthday wishes to Everett Sowers, turning 90 years of age today from Staples, Minnesota.
Very nice.
So happy birthday, Everett.
Yes. And everybody else who has a birthday out there.
Yes, we don't want to forget anybody.
No.
Here's Hunter. That one barely made it out of the grass. Ball one.
Victoria asking Perez, what was that supposed to be?
And that hits the corner. 1-1.
For Guthrie, his 251st major league start. He has 84 wins, 100 losses.
2-1.
But since he's become a Royal back in 2012, he is 34-26. So he's pitched a lot better in a Kansas City uniform.
So a half swing, and it's 2-2.
Guthrie, #1 pick by the Indians back in 2002 out of Stanford University. He was kind of the ace of the Baltimore Orioles staff when he was in Baltimore.
That's hit to right center field, down for a hit. Kane will not be able to cut it off, and Hunter has 2. He fumbles it out there on the warning track, and Torrey will hold up there. Hunter with a double to right center field. That'll get Mauer to the plate with a man in scoring position.
A 4th hit for the Twins, the 2nd double of the ball game. Torrey going down and hitting that breaking ball the other way. Kane chases it all the way to the wall, but gets it back in, so it's a 2-out double for Torrey, his 3rd double of the year.
Mauer walked and scored in the first. It's interesting how Kansas City's outfield defense has changed depending on the situation for Mauer. With a runner on first and 1 out in the first inning, they were playing Mauer to hit the ball to the opposite field, the standard outfield shift we see. But now, with a man in scoring position, the right fielder, Orlando, is playing Mauer pretty much straight away, where you would normally see a right fielder play. I'm guessing that in the first inning at bat, without a runner in scoring position, Orlando was about 50 feet more towards center field than where he is right now.
Well, if Joe could hit it where Torrey Hunter could hit it, double, maybe a triple. A lot of room out in right center.
Just don't hit it to left. Gordon will catch it anywhere. First base is open, and now it's ball 3. Dozier on deck. Three hits in the first inning, and now a 2-out double for Hunter. And ball 4. Mauer draws his second walk. We talked about Joe and his ability this year to pull the ball. Look where the hits have gone. 8 of them up the middle, 5 of them to right. Only 1 hit to left field.
It's almost been reverse, you know. I mean, 5 to left, 8, and then maybe 1 to right. But, you know, Tom Bernansky, Joe Mauer worked very hard on opening up those hips and trying to hit more balls because that's where the defense is. And those are the numbers last year. There it is, 63 to left.
Another opportunity for Dozier here to drive in a run. Taking strike 1. The 16 hits pulled the entire season. Pulled foul, 2 strikes.
Right over the head of Gene Glenn at third base.
I was talking with Gene the other day. We were talking about the mandate for baseball. Coaches have to wear helmets. He said what they ought to do is give us gloves. And I hadn't thought about that. Two strikes.
How about shin guards and a chest protector?
Well, no, but you know, they get hot shots down there, and if you give them a glove to protect themselves, maybe even protect fans who.
I think Gene Glenn, didn't he get into coaching really early because he couldn't use a glove?
In the dirt, blocked by Perez, 2-2.
I'm just kidding.
Well, really, that's not a bad idea.
No, it's not.
Now, third base coach has got to give signs, so it might be harder for a third base coach to give signs with a Wilson A2000 on.
I was thinking more of a Rawlings glove, okay?
2-2. And now a full count with Vargas on deck.
Yeah, Guthrie really struggling. A lot of pitches.
Most of them out of the strike zone.
51, 24 strikes.
Runners will be able to go early here. Full count, 2 down.
Need a gapper right here. Extra base hit. See if Joe can score from first.
Ball 4. And Vargas will come up with the bases loaded.
4th walk of the ball game for Guthrie. You mentioned earlier his first 2 starts he had only 1 walk in 13 innings pitched combined.
And the phone is wrong in the Kansas City bullpen. Somebody's out there taking a warm-up off. Vargas drove in a run with a single. He pulled one into the right field corner his first time up. Former Twin Johan Pino gets the early warm-up call. Fouled away. We'll see what happens for the balance of this game, but of course, if you're a Twins fan, there's Pino starting to get loose. If you're a Twins fan, you're hoping that Vargas RBI single in his first at bat, I think it was his first swing of the at bat, might open his mind. Here comes Hunter on a steal of home, and he is out. Now, Gene Glenn and Paul Molitor are going to say that Guthrie did not stop, and they're going to ask for a balk. But you cannot argue a balk call.
Yeah, but Guthrie was in the windup. He was not in the stretch. Guthrie just hurried his delivery. See him in the windup?
Yeah.
Now he picks it up. Now see, he just throws quicker. That's all.
Now the umpires are going to confer behind the mound.
I don't see a balk right there because if he's in a stretch position, he has to come set. But all he did was kind of short arm the throw in a hurried windup.
Nearly 40 years of age, and he tried to steal home.
Well, here goes Torrey. Guthrie picks him up right there, and actually it's a perfect throw. On the sliding side, you see Perez just dropping the glove.
What Torrey saw is what we've shown you on replay. Guthrie in his windup looked straight down. He's not looking toward home plate.
Right.
He's not looking toward the bases. He looks down to his feet. And Jeff Nelson, the crew chief.
I'm wondering why they're discussing it here. Why don't they look at it video?
I think it might be a rules interpretation.
And maybe they are going to now as they're walking toward the dugout, but it's over here on the first base side.
Yeah, they're going to explain to the Twins manager. And if you're looking for a reversal, this is not an encouraging sign. They're explaining to the Twins manager, not the Royals manager, what they have decided. Now, Paul, I'm sure, stole home a number of times himself. And he wouldn't contest the ruling unless he was pretty sure of something.
Yeah, I can't see how this could be a balk because Jeremy Guthrie did start his windup. His foot was on the pitching rubber. And at the last second, when he looked up and saw Torrey coming, rather than his arm going back, he just kind of short-armed the ball toward Perez.
Unless, I mean, I'm looking at Jeff Nelson there. Maybe he's. And they're bringing the Twins out on the field. It will be a caught stealing. Torrey Hunter trying to steal home. And so the Twins fill the bases and have the inning end in very odd fashion. A curious start to the game, and now Alex Gordon hit by a Mike Pelfrey pitch to start the bottom of the second.
Well, everybody, anytime somebody gets booed here, especially now, they will say that he did it intentionally. And Pelfrey, believe me, just trying to pitch hard inside. Second hit batsman of the year for Pelfrey.
And now Salvador Perez. 3 of the last 4 batters have reached against Pelfrey. Just one hit in that sequence. Here is Perez. Kane in the first inning stole on the first pitch from Pelfrey. Missing the outside corner, ball 1.
Perez 4 hits and 8 at bats against Mike Pelfrey.
Double play grounder.
There we go.
Santana to Dozier. And takes care of that. 2 down.
Nicely done. Second double play turn behind Pelfrey on the season.
Pelfrey with a word of consolation, I guess, for Alex Gordon. 2 down. Tonight's Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Starts without a win. Erasmo Ramirez with 14 straight starts. Pelfrey hoping to end his winless start streak here tonight. 2 down. And Paulo Orlando. Inside, ball 1.
Paulo Orlando, quite a story here. 9 years in the minor leagues with the White Sox and the Royals, finally getting some major league time with Alex Rios on a disabled list. Trying to take advantage of it, hitting at .276. 5 triples on the year, the most in baseball.
And a breaking ball off the plate, 2-0. Pelfrey really struggling to throw strikes here now.
Well, he tried that 2-seamer in, and that kind of moved Orlando off the plate. Then the slow breaking ball missed away. Now he's put himself in that situation. He has to throw that fastball, keep it down.
Busted bat and a bouncer to Plouffe.
Good.
And Mauer digs out a low throw. Mike Pelfrey on 21 pitches has completed 2 shutout innings.
Minnesota, who singled in his last at bat. Paul Molitor today said, if I have any concerns about Vargas at all, it's that he hits too much. Whenever we have extra hitting, he's always there. He's in the cage a couple of times a day. He said that Vargas just likes to repeat swings enough so that he can take that into the game. When I talked to Kenny himself about it, he said, I do take a lot of swings, but for me, that's just routine. And I've been struggling, especially from that left side, and this is the only way I know to figure it out. So Dick and Bert, tough to fault a guy for trying too hard.
Kenny Vargas taking the first 2 pitches out of the strike zone, drove in a run with the first inning single. Thank you, Marty. Right to the second baseman, Colon. Well, it'll be a very interesting post-game session with Paul Molitor and Torrey Hunter to find out how the inning ended, what the appeal was. Guthrie clearly altered his motion once he realized Hunter was coming in from third base. You're saying you can do that?
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, Jim Cott did the quick pitch, you know.
Yeah, but that was
right. But he was in the windup. He started his windup, and all he did was he sped up his throw home.
Here's Trevor Plouffe, walked in the first inning. The Twins had the bases loaded after they had 3 runs on the board in the first inning and didn't add on any runs. And then with 2 outs, The double and 2 walks refilled the bases, and again the Twins didn't take advantage of that scoring opportunity. Guthrie just looks like he's all over the place. We've seen him so much better than he is so far here tonight. This will be his 60th pitch. He's only thrown 27 strikes. 2 walks in the first, a hit batter, 2 more walks in the second, pitches in the dirt, and now another 3-ball count. And the 5th walk issued by Jeremy Guthrie. You have to take advantage of this.
Yes, you do.
More so than the Twins have to this point. Here's Arcia. Got an RBI when he was hit by a pitch. And the Royals, undaunted, will put their extreme shift on for Arcia. Hit to Gordon, who retreats. 2 down. And that'll bring up Suzuki. Girls on the Run Twin Cities uses running to inspire girls to be healthy and confident. Saturday, May 30th, join the Fox Sports North girls at the University of Minnesota for the Girls on the Run Spring 5K. To register, visit foxsportsnorth.com. Click on upcoming events. On May 30th, we'll be in town. Toronto Blue Jays are in town. Could you run a 10K right now?
No, I could walk a 10K.
Okay. Could you run a 2K?
I could probably run a 2K.
So
very slowly.
Somewhere in between is your limit. You can't do 10, you can do 2, maybe 5 is your limit.
Unless I fall.
Down and away 2-0. Suzuki was up, bases loaded, 3 runs already in, 1 out, and he had a ground ball to short.
No, I know you could run a 10K.
I don't know whether I could. Years ago I could have. Wrapped to third, easy play from Moustakas. And the Twins are done in the 3rd. A 3-run lead. Let's get caught up.
Well, good start for the Twins. It was Danny Santana on the first pitch, lining a double down that right field line. Couple walks in the inning. An RBI single by Dozier. RBI single by Vargas. Gave the Twins an early 3-0 lead. Pelfrey in the 2nd inning getting help from his defense. A double play off the bat of Salvador Perez. And Torrey trying to steal home is out at home.
I'm going through the rule book here, and I'm going to try to determine what the challenge was. It wasn't not a managerial challenge, but what Paul Molitor was claiming and caused the umpire conference. Down low 2-0 now to Christian Colon.
Omar Infante out today taking some ground balls. Still bothered by that groin injury. Colon getting an opportunity to play second base for the Royals.
2-1. Pelfrey's gotten all 6 outs on ground balls, including a double play grounder in the second. And now 3-1.
You have that 3-0 lead. You don't want to walk that leadoff hitter. Already one walk. He walked Eric Hosmer in the first inning. Make him swing the bat.
Not close. Leadoff walk. And that will bring up Escobar. Carsoup.com trivia question: who was the last Royals player to lead the American League in batting average for a season? Well, that would be the last batting champion then, right? Seems the question's a bit wordy, isn't it?
Seems to be. I wonder if it's a trick question.
Escobar with a ground ball to Mauer's first time up. Malone capable of stealing a base, and remember, with 2 outs in the first inning, Kane singled, and on the very first pitch stole second base handily on Pelfrey and Suzuki.
Colon on the year, 1 stolen base in his only attempt.
And Escobar squares to bunt, takes strike 1. Ball is foul and the bat is fair. Yikes.
Yeah, half of the barrel of the bat went over the head of Trevor Plouffe. No cork in that bat. Pitching him inside, shattering his bat. Couple nails. Play with that baby again.
Some electrician's tape,
duct
tape.
Yeah. We use duct tape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, duct tape's good for everything. Don't you know that?
Two strikes. Pelfrey, not a strikeout pitcher. Twins haven't, as Bert mentioned, done a good job of that in this series. Just 2 strikeouts so far. A little dribbler.
That's trouble.
With bare hands, fires. Not in time. A 45-foot single after the walk. And the Royals have the time run at the plate.
I'm glad you said that, after the walk. It just, that leadoff walk always seems to help set up a big inning. And Escobar, kind of a swinging bunt. Trevor Plouffe playing back. He can't play this ball any better than he did right there. But Escobar beat it out. Escobar, bad knee and all, got down that line very quickly.
You can see he's running a whole lot better than he was a couple nights ago.
Right.
Here's Moustakas, first and second, nobody out. Moustakas hit a ground ball to Mauer's first time up. 10 batters have come to the plate. Mike Pelfrey's retired 5 of them. Off the outside corner, ball 1. Moustakas with the big hit in his last at bat last night against Glenn Perkins. Popped up. Infield fly rule's called, so Moustakas is retired. 1 down. And that'll bring up Lorenzo Cain. Kane with a single his first time up. He stole second and was left there.
Yeah, Brian Dozier almost made a great play at second base to get Kane, but Kane beat it out.
Perez hit into a ground ball double play in the second. Kane, a substantially faster runner than Salvador Perez. Down and in, ball one. Using that inside move.
Now, it's not a bad to show that second base runner that you have that.
Remember, Tommy Malone did that in Chicago, and it was one of the biggest outs of the game, getting the runner at second leaving too early. Tapper to short.
All right, make it quick.
6-4, 3. Another ground ball double play. Not a smooth inning for Mike Pelfrey, but he survives the third inning with a 3-0 lead. Series on Fox Sports North is presented by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. Well, a lot of stuff has happened here in the first 3 innings.
Yes, it has.
Twins have scored 3 runs. Torrey Hunter's been thrown out on a straight steal attempt of home plate. Jordan Schaefer will lead off the 4th inning. All that really matters is what you see in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Twins are leading 3-0. And Schaefer bunts it in the air, and it's strike one. The closest thing I can find in the rule book, trying to unearth again what the Twins protest was, not an official protest, what their claim was, as Guthrie sped up his delivery to home plate. Rule 805, the comment, umpires should bear in mind that the purpose of the balk rule is to prevent the pitcher from deliberately deceiving the base runner. Now, no one was going to deceive Torrey Hunter, but there were 2 other base runners on base inside 1 and 1. So I'm guessing that that is the genesis of the Twins' appeal, if you will, and what caused the umpire conference. Strike called 1 and 2.
Well, all I know is Guthrie, when he looked up and saw Torrey coming, all he did is he kept his delivery as far as he just short-armed it.
He didn't disengage his foot from the rubber.
No.
It didn't look like.
No.
2-2. Well, it was a unique way to end a 3-run inning. Schaefer grounded out on the first pitch he saw in the second. Another 3-ball count. Man has walked 5. He's hit 1.
70 pitches, only 31 strikes for Jeremy Guthrie.
Big swing and a miss. And Guthrie gets a strikeout.
Guthrie picking up his first strikeout. Well, here's what Torrey tried to do with Kenny Vargas at the plate. We saw that Guthrie kept his foot on the. He saw him right there. Then he just heard his throw. But it ended up being in a perfect spot on the inside part of the plate that Perez had to get the short hop and then applied the tag of the sliding Hunter.
Santana with a drag bunt. And Guthrie with a nice fielding play.
Yeah, Guthrie, a very good fielding pitcher.
2 down. That'll bring up Hunter. May 6th, it's the 11th annual Kids in the City, celebrating the Fox Sports North Boys and Girls Clubs All-Stars. The event starts with a pregame party at Fulton Brewery, followed by the Twins and A's. Cost is $75. It includes food, beverages, ticket to the game. Visit foxsportsnorth.com. Click on upcoming events on the Hot Topics bar for details. Torrey scored a run in the first, and yes, it was in the second inning that he was thrown out trying for a straight steal of home. 2 hits tonight for Torrey. And this one again with 2 outs in an inning. I'm not so sure. We'll look it up. We've been looking at the rule book. We'll look at the Twins media guide next when the last straight steal of home was for a Twin. And you might have to go back to Dan Gladden to do that, to find a Twin. There have been some double steals. In fact, Torrey stole home on a double steal back in 02.
But a straight steal of
the Rod Carew type.
Right. I think Rodney had, what, 7 of them, I believe.
And Mauer takes strike 1.
Remember, he probably had 2 or 3 of them against Mickey Lolich, the left-handed pitcher for the Detroit Tigers.
Mauer pops it foul. Back into the seats, 2 strikes. Since Gladden's steal of home, he did it twice in 1988. Rich Becker, Torrey Hunter, and Clete Thomas stole home, but I would have remembered any of those if it were a straight steal of home, I think. How did Rich Becker get to third base?
Yeah, what you're talking about is a man on first and third, and the catcher throw to second, and then the runner coming in from third and stealing home.
Mentioned it during Mauer's second inning at bat, a runner in scoring position, and the right fielder Orlando was playing about 50 feet more toward the foul line than he is right now. Now there's just a runner at first, and you can see he swung way over to the gap in right center. So the key to the outfield shift must be men in scoring position. Guthrie tries to clip the inside corner and misses. 2-2. Mauer with a pair of walks. Called, third strike. Guthrie cutting one over the outside corner, and Hunter's left at first. your link to what's next. By NorthlandFord.com and your local Northland Ford dealer. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. 3 shutout innings for Mike Pelfrey. This is the point of the game in his last start where things control-wise really unraveled for him. He's had control issues in the first 3 innings here, and he delivers ball 1 to Hosmer.
Well, he's faced 13 batters now. He's been able to get strike 1 on only 3 of the 13. Had a couple double plays turned behind him. Pitcher's best friend.
1 fly ball out, and the other 8 outs have come on the ground. Missing inside 2-1. Middle of the Kansas City lineup. That means Hosmer, Morales, and Gordon. Fouled away. 2-2.
Good fastball at 94. That's where Pelfrey will top out at.
We've seen some really good split finger pitches over the years. Jack Morris had one of the best. It was a strikeout pitch. It hasn't been a swing and a miss pitch for Pelfrey yet. That was it right there.
Yep. Pelfrey picking up his first strikeout. Yeah, we saw it in that Chicago game where it just the bottom just fell out of it. And right there, great movement on that. That was a game he worked 5 innings, got 11 ground ball outs. And the Twins putting the shift on for Morales. Trevor Plouffe moves over to second base, and Santana stays at the shortstop position.
Anthony, strike 1.
Now you went over, I think, between innings, asked Dan Gladden. Did he straight steal home?
He said his 2 straight steals of home in 19 steals of home. Here's the ball chopped foul. Were straight steals of home, and beyond that, I didn't know this. Back then, the bases were 110 feet apart, and the wind was blowing in his face, and his hair was creating a lot of wind resistance. The hair's gone now, finally. But, you know, he said those were straight steals of home. Swing and a miss. And Morales is a strikeout victim. And I don't know if that was a split finger pitch again. But it's become suddenly here in the 4th inning a strikeout pitch for Mike Pelfrey. Time now for the road ahead. Presented by Chrysler. And the road takes us through the air to Seattle tonight.
Yeah, just go back to the steal of home. Rod Carew stole 5 times in a Twins uniform and twice against Mickey Lolich.
Okay. Well, wait. He did it more than 5 times.
Well, he did it. Well, the book has only 5.
Well, he stole 7 times. These must be straight steals listed here, but I know the last 2 weren't. Poked into right center field, and Gordon lobs a 2-out single to center.
Only the 3rd hit off of Mike Pelfrey. It comes here with 2 outs in the 4th inning.
And then the Perez will hit next with 2 outs and a man aboard on the 4th. Pitch count outstanding for Pelfrey. If he can get Perez quickly here, he can get through 4 innings in less than 50 pitches. Strike 1. Fouled away with a low 90s fastball.
Remember last night, Tommy Malone did a great job against Perez, working him inside. Kind of tied him up a little bit. You see the hot zone of Perez. It's basically away. And for the another time, inner half. And See Perez kind of tied up right there, and then Casey Bean to lead off the 8th inning went into that hot zone, and Perez got that base hit. Dyson pinch ran, and then that's when the Kansas City Royals took the lead.
2 strikes to Perez. And a dribbler foul.
Yeah, he's a guy that you have to show inside.
Target down and away.
That's a splitter right there. It kind of ran in on Perez. But still, you see what that inside pitch does to him. A guy that likes to extend his arms at 6'3". A little bit of an open stance.
Flip foul. Take care of Perez here in 4 shutout innings with an economical pitch count. There goes Gordon, and the pitch foul to the screen. Scoreboard doesn't matter, count doesn't matter. The Royals, if they feel they can run, they're going to take off. And in the case of Dyson pinch running for Perez last night, it wasn't a stolen base, but it was the threat of a steal. Feed kept throwing over and over and over, and eventually.
Well, it's also the opportunity to go from first to third.
Right.
Exactly what Dyson did when Orlando got the base hit up the middle. If Perez was still there, he probably would have stopped at second.
Another 0-2 pitch. Goes Gordon again, and another foul ball. And Perez has got what, 4 2-strike fouls or something like that here, extending the at bat. And this suddenly will be Pelfrey's 50th pitch.
$15 pitches in the first, 6 in the second, 12 in the third. This will be pitch number 17.
Gordon goes, and the pitch grounded to third. Loof has it. And that takes care of it. Another ground ball out. This time mixed in with a couple of strikeouts and a scoreless 4th. So good for Twins fans here, hoping to win the final game of the series. Our Pepsi fan of the game. So the Twins scored 3 runs in the first inning. They've had chances to add to a 3-0 lead against Jeremy Guthrie. Dozier pops it up behind first. Orlando coming in. And he makes the catch one away. One quick out here in the 5th. Follow Twins baseball all season this year with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bats up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcast, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. One down in the 5th. Here is Vargas, third plate appearance for the designated hitter. Takes strike one. An RBI single in the 1st, and he was at the plate and got a real good view as a left-handed batter of a nearly 40-year-old man trying a straight steal of home. 1-1. Then leading off the 3rd after Torrey Hunter was called out trying to steal home, Vargas bounced out to second. This is an anniversary of sorts in Twins history. 30 years ago today, Kirby Puckett hit his first major league home run. Fouled away. It was in his 2nd year as a big league player.
Yeah, because he came up in '94.
He had in his rookie season 557 at bats and did not hit a home run. Outside, and hit 4 in his 2nd year, and then hit 31 the next year.
I remember I was with the Indians in 1994, and I remember when Kirby in September came up, or when he was with the Twins, that here was this little skinny kid with some power.
And
but
Vargas,
he could fly.
Vargas takes a 1-out walk.
That's walk number 6 for
1984.
Excuse me.
In his first 2 years in the big leagues, Kirby had 1,248 at bats and 4 home runs. And he was an opposite field hitter, and his hits went to the opposite field. He got some bunt hits early in his career, but he grounded out to second so many times. The joke in the clubhouse was he ought to change his number from 34 to 43, because that's what people kept putting in the scorebook all the time.
He ended up doing pretty good.
Yes,
with
he
34.
did. Yes, he did. Plouffe with a couple of walks. 1 strike, and now 2 strikes. Plouffe has walked twice. Mauer's walked twice. And to right field, a base hit. Vargas will round second. Not many times he's going to go first to third, but he will here. And Plouffe has reached all 3 times.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting right there by Trevor Plouffe. Inside out swing, hitting it softly into right field, allows Vargas to go from first to third.
And Dave Island with another trip to the mound. Arcia due up with runners on the corners and 1 out.
Well, it's been a battle here tonight for Jeremy Guthrie. 6 walks in the ball game, couple strikeouts. Twins have 6 hits.
Well, the Twins have had plenty of opportunity. There's Pino warming up for the 2nd time. Scored 3 runs, had the bases loaded, 1 out in the 1st, didn't add to the run total. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 2nd and didn't add. Now for the first time since the 2nd inning, they've got a runner in scoring position. Arcia will try to at least deliver a sacrifice fly. Outside ball 1. Arcia hit by a pitch, was given credit for a run batted in the 1st, and then a fly ball to left. Outside and a swing and a foul, 1-1. Royals can't afford to have the exaggerated pull shift on for Arcia given the traffic on the base paths. Swing and a miss.
Well, you just want good contact here by Arcia.
We have seen him try, and with some success, to simply put the ball in play with 2 strikes. Got credit for a sacrifice fly the other day in a situation like this with 2 strikes. Just lifted a fly ball to left field. High fastball got him.
Well, big strikeout for Guthrie, his 3rd of the ball game.
And it'll be left to Suzuki.
Whitewood with a fastball up. And Arcia swinging through it.
Here is Suzuki. I asked Paul Molitor today whether, the use of video, the extensive use of video these days, might somehow explain why run scoring is down again this year. Ball 1, and Paul wasn't ready to buy into that, because that would suggest that pitchers are doing a better job using the video than the hitters are. Hitters should be able to watch Guthrie's delivery in this case and be able to see down low 2-0, get a feel for pitch sequence and location, and maybe even how the ball looks coming out of his hand. But Arcia just, again this year, is just very vulnerable to a high fastball.
Right. Right. Once he changes, he's got to change or he's going to continue to struggle. That's the bottom line.
Fouled away 2-1 before the Minnesota series started at Target Field. Whoever does the video work for the Royals made a note of it. Dave Island, the pitching coach, before the series when they have the meetings with the pitchers, made note of it. If we need to strike this guy out, here's how we're going to do it. And that's exactly what we saw here in the 5th.
Well, you say run production was down, but it was not in Milwaukee yesterday.
Popped up behind first.
26 runs scored.
Foul ball catch made by Colon. The Twins strand 2, still lead 3-0.
Signs that if you get circled, you may find yourself in the Minnesota Lottery winner circle, where you could win $100 worth of lottery scratch-off tickets, courtesy of the Minnesota Lottery.
The Royals have 3 hits. Mike Pelfrey's issued a couple of walks. He's hit a batter. He has not had a 1-2-3 inning, but in a sense, the 4th inning was a pretty impressive one. Hosmer and Morales, 2 of Kansas City's best hitters. Pelfrey got ahead of them and put them away with his split finger
pitch.
pitch.
Well, it seemed like the first 3 innings or first time around, he tried to establish that fastball. Now he's mixing in that splitter a little bit more. There's a breaking ball for strike 1. And where last inning, he's now starting to get strike one. Last 4 batters, he's been able to get ahead in the count. Prior to that, 3 of 13 first pitch strikes. So getting ahead.
That's what's remarkable to me. So few first pitch strikes, yet he completed 4 innings with 50 pitches. A couple of double play grounders help that.
Yes, they do.
2 strikes quickly to Orlando, then Colon and Escobar.
Now ahead in the count. See if he tries to drop that splitter on top of home plate.
I think we can see it from the center field camera.
There.
You can see it from the center field camera because as he, with the grip of the ball in the glove, you can see an awful lot of white, which means the fingers are spread apart.
Well, Jack Morris would be the first to say what makes a good splitter is the arm speed. It looks like a fastball, and then the bottom. So you see, watch him bring that glove up, and he's got the splitter right there, and he stayed with it. Sometimes, you know, he puts that fingers between there in the glove. If it's something other than, then he'll move his fingers. And this will not be the splitter. It's a fastball.
One and one. That's hit to right field. Hunter with a 1-hop grab. And Colon's aboard with a 1-out single. Not hit well at all, and Torrey was able to glove it on the first hop. And now Escobar. But first, Star Wars night is May 4th at Target Field. Special ticket package available includes a Hughes The Force bobblehead with a glow-in-the-dark lightsaber. Ticket packages are limited. You're only able to get a bobblehead with a ticket. Get your tickets today at twinsbaseball.com/Hughes The Force. Here's Escobar. Single his last time up. It was a chopper in front of Plouffe. It only traveled about 45 feet. Breaking ball gets a swing and a miss.
Good location of that breaking ball.
And another one. Another swing and a miss.
First 2 ball games, Twins pitching staff had only 2 strikeouts. Pelfrey has 3 already here tonight.
And foul to the screen with Colon taking off. Strikeouts have all come from the windup with nobody on base. Twins have not encouraged at the minor league level, nor have they had at the big league level a lot of split finger pitchers. Still believed in many circles to be a pitch that puts some undue stress on the elbow. Pelfrey's already had Tommy John surgery. It doesn't mean it. Royals have Chris Medlin. He's had 2 Tommy John surgeries.
But I think Mike Pelfrey's at the stage of his career. He needed to come up with another pitch.
2 strikes. Pitching coach Neil Allen's been emphasizing a changeup. When I asked him in spring training, and it's not the same grip, it's not the same pitch for all his pitchers. He's trying to get some to work with a circle change, whatever works for them, whatever they prefer.
Right. A 3-finger changeup.
And the Twins pitch out. Colon didn't go. 1-2. And in Pelfrey's case, it's a split finger change.
You see he has that splitter set.
In the dirt, and Suzuki blocks it, and that's it. Colon advances to second.
Well, good read right there by Colon. As soon as he saw that ball hit the ground, he took off. It'll be a wild pitch charged to Mike Pelfrey. Suzuki doing a good job of keeping the ball near him. But watch Colon right there. He saw it get away, and he makes it safely into second.
Have had some scoring opportunities. This is the third time they've had a runner in scoring position. Count was 0-2. Now it's 2-2. To short center and in front of Schaefer. Colon held, and the throw cut off by Plouffe. It was over the second baseman Dozier standing on the bag. First and third, one away.
Well, second time Escobar has kind of got jammed a little bit, but hit it softly into the outfield to get a base hit.
And Mike Moustakas to the plate. He's been a game changer for the Royals over his past 66 games, including the postseason. Compared to the rest of his 2014 season, he's improved his batting average by almost 70 points. On base percentage by more than 60 points, scored just 5 less runs in 37 less games. And we talked about it in the pregame show a year ago. His career, his major league career, was very much in question. The Royals sent him down to Omaha, and there was no callback date set. They were prepared to let him sit down there for a month and a half, because they were going to go at third base with former Twin Danny Valencia. Then Valencia got hurt, and Moustakas was called up. There goes Escobar, and the Twins don't throw. Second and third with only one out. Fox Tracks presented by Chrysler.
Escobar credited with a stolen base, his second of the year. Second stolen base in a ball game for the Royals.
We'll see if Pelfrey can pitch his way out of this. Starting to work toward the middle of the Kansas City lineup. Swing and a miss and a high fastball. In his 2 prior starts, Pelfrey went 5 innings in each. Here in the 5th with 2 in scoring position and 1 out, he could use another strikeout.
Yeah, he need an out.
Popped up short left. And Arcia makes a running catch and eventually delivers a throw to Plouffe.
Very nice.
Took him a long time to get the ball out of his glove, but he had a long run to make the catch 2 down.
Yeah, nice hustle by Arcia out there. It looked like the ball was going to bloop in, but Arcia was playing pretty deep in left field, came charging in. You see where Arcia is playing. They're giving him that left field line. Ball stayed up long enough to allow Arcia to get there, and then he gets that ball back in. Trevor Plouffe cutting it off. So a big out from Mike Pelfrey and the Twins.
And the Royals still feeling the vibe from last October. Feeling confident that Kane can deliver a 2-out hit. That was pretty much the story of their run to Game 7 of the World Series. If not the guy in front of you, the guy next up can get a big hit. We'll see if Pelfrey can get Kane. Pelfrey mad at himself, almost as mad as the Royal fans are. And they're loaded up now for Hosmer.
Well, Neil Allen looks like he's going to come out and try to settle down his big right-hander.
If it's a split finger pitch, which I think it was, those can slip, of course. But the fans here in Kansas City don't want to hear it because of what has happened to them this year.
What is it, the 4th time that Kane has been hit?
The Royals team has been hit 16 times now, 2 today. Gordon got hit in second. And Kane's been hit 4 times. Gordon's been hit 5 times. And with all the plunkings, the only one that's really been damaging to the Royals is J.R. Graham's plunking of Alex Rios that broke his finger. Now Pelfrey trying to make peace in a volatile situation. Looked at Kane, patted himself on the chest, and for the second time in this game, I think, has apologized to a Kansas City hitter.
I don't like that. You don't apologize.
Well, here's Hosmer with the bases loaded. A walk in the first, a strikeout in the fourth. He has seen Pelfrey's splitter and struck out on it. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. And then you look, and pitch counts up there now to 67. But if Pelfrey can make a good pitch here to Hosmer and leave the bases full, no place to put Hosmer with the bases full.
Just missing inside.
2-0. Bullpen active for the Twins in a hurry. And Hosmer. A fastball fouling it away. Couldn't get 6 innings out of Tommy Malone last night. Now Pelfrey wobbling in the 5th.
Well, he's one good pitch away from getting out of this inning. With no damage.
Three and 1. Stoffer and Thielbar warming up. A one-hopper fair over the bag. Maurer gets the out at first. And the Royals leave the bases full in the 5th. The Twins and Royals series is brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. Last year, Johan Pino was a very good pitcher for the Rochester Red Wings. Went 10-2, 2.47 ERA. He made 11 starts for the Twins, won a couple of games, had an ERA of over 5. Twins let him go, and the Royals signed him as a major league free agent in mid-December. He was just called up the other day and got into a ball game right away when Ventura got tossed for hitting Brett Laurie.
Yeah, got called up on the 18th.
Jordan Schaefer will lead things off in the 6th. Danny Santana, Torrey Hunter will follow. Twins scoring 3 runs in the first with 1 out and haven't scored since. Twins waiting patiently as they can for Schaefer, but something might need to happen good for Schaefer here pretty soon. Byron Buxton's hitting less than 200 at Double-A, but Aaron Hicks had a good game today, and I would guess at this point, if the Twins feel they need some help in center field, that Hicks would be ready. A couple of doubles for Hicks today. Good catch in the outfield.
Yeah, just 4 hits in 33 at bats for Jordan Schaefer. One of them a double.
2 strikes. And a half swing. I think he went. No. Guccione said he didn't go. Schaefer halting his swing. 1-2. Missing inside. 2-2.
Pino, 31 years old, signed by the Twins back in 2004 out of Venezuela.
And second time in a row now that Schaefer has struck out. 1 down. That'll bring up Danny Santana. Every weekday, gear up for the racing season with NASCAR Race Hub. The best coverage, biggest names, the most access, the daily show of record for NASCAR Nation. Catch NASCAR Race Hub weeknights at 5 p.m. Central only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Gone. Here's Santana. First pitch of the game, he whacked it for a double. Here's a ball hit to right field. And Orlando there to make the catch. Pretty well hit ball with Santana again going after the first pitch. 2 down. And that'll bring up Hunter. No activity in the Twins pen, so it sure appears that Mike Pelfrey will be sent out there for the 6th inning.
He's fine. 71 pitches. He's working his magic here tonight. 5 shutout innings.
Here's Hunter. Based on a fielder's choice in the first, since then a line drive double and a line drive single. Up and in, ball 1. Probably remember Pino last year. We tried to give you background on him. Last year was his 11th year of professional baseball. Breaking ball tapped to short. And the former Twin comes out of the pen to have a 1-2-3-6. Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. Pelfrey looking for his first win of the year. Hoping to get an out in the 6th inning for the first time this year. Kendrys Morales will lead things off, then Alex Gordon and Salvador Perez. Outside ball 1. It's not been a smooth ride for Pelfrey. The Royals have left 7 men on. Pelfrey's not had a 1-2-3 inning, although in the 2nd inning he did face just 3 men because of a double play grounder.
That's a big inning right here. If he can have a quick inning, maybe he'll get out there for the 7th inning. 73 pitches right now. Yes, I did say the 7th inning. He's got to get through this one first quickly.
1-1. And now 2-1. Morales with a grounder to second and a strikeout. Pulled foul, and so now the game begins for Pelfrey and Morales. Pelfrey struck out Morales with that split finger pitch, and if nothing else, at least it's given Morales something to think about up here with 2 strikes now. Will he come back with it again?
I say he will right here. I think Suzuki's going to call it. Just keep it down. And ground ball out.
Something like a Cracker's bat, 1 down. And let's find Marty Gillen.
Guys, I asked Mike Pelfrey what he learned from his first 2 starts this season, and he said that he didn't make a lot of mistakes with his fastball in his 2nd start. That was against Cleveland. But he said his first start in Chicago, that's what hurt me. He said my stuff was better in that start, but I made mistakes with my fastball over the middle of the plate. Then he said he was able to minimize those in his last outing, but that led to some walks. He had 4 walks in 5 innings. So basically, guys, he's trying to find that middle ground, and it looks like he's had some success with that tonight.
He gave up a couple of home runs in that Chicago series to LaRoche and then Soto.
Off-speed pitch over. Strike 1 to Gordon, who's reached twice. Brushed by a pitch in the 2nd, and then a single with 2 outs on the 4th.
Which I like to see right there. The 11 ground ball outs, only a couple fly ball outs.
Inside 1-1. Last night's game was 1, and Pelfrey's first start was another one. Games, every team has them. We played 2.5-week games that kind of slipped away that you feel you should have won. I think the Twins felt they should have won last night. But then in Pelfrey's first start too, you jump on Jeff Samardzija, you get 4 early runs, and you're thinking, well, all right, we ought to be able to win this game. It didn't happen. So the Twins 4 games below 500, but they've had a couple of them that could very easily have been wins.
Right.
Another off-speed pitch taken for a strike.
And remember, Pelfrey's first start in Chicago, that was, he had not pitched a game since May of last year. Went through the elbow surgery again. Suzuki wanting a fastball away.
And Burton chases. 2 down.
And still, velocity is still good. The last pitch clocked here at 94 miles an hour. So strikeout number 4 in the ball game for Pelfrey.
I'm sure that Roy Smalley will talk about it in the postgame show, but what must it do to a hitter? These hitters facing Pelfrey a 2nd or a 3rd time have seen a 3rd pitch, and it's already a good fastball in terms of velocity,
right, but
it's got to look a lot faster if you're not sitting on but at least aware of an intermediate split finger pitch. Another first pitch strike for Pelfrey.
And you know what? He struggled early on the first 3 innings getting strike 1 on the hitter. Is doing a lot better job now working ahead in the count.
Mentioned it at the outset for Pelfrey. His best start, at least for me, came here in Kansas City a couple of years ago when he was right about where he is right now. He had a shutout for 6 innings, and then it all crumbled quickly in the 7th inning.
Well, he's worked very hard to get back to the big leagues since the Tommy John surgery in 2012 to find that consistency.
Sixth inning, he just fired a 95-mile-per-hour fastball just off the outside corner.
He's just getting loose.
This might be the splitter.
And it creates a fly ball out.
Hit right to Torrey Hunter. His sixth inning, his best so far. And he's got
One
a shutout
more.
through 6. With the Twins striking early.
Yeah, they came out swinging the bat. 3 runs on 3 hits in that first inning. Also an error. A couple walks by Jeremy Guthrie. Torrey Hunter in the second inning tried to steal home with bases loaded and 2 outs. Was tagged out by Perez. Mike Pelfrey, 6 shutout innings so far. 4 strikeouts in a ball game. Couple hit batsmen, couple walks, and then a big out right there off the bat of Hosmer to end the 5th inning with bases loaded and 2 outs.
I think the attempted steal of home took everybody by surprise, but now I've figured out why that was attempted. Twins haven't been able to steal second against Salvador Perez. Let's try to steal home.
Try to steal home.
Mauer, Dozier, and Vargas in the Twins 7th. Seen the Royals at all, you know that they are quite capable from coming back. Here's a ball laced to right field on the first pitch from Pino. Mauer has his first hit after a couple of walks, and that'll bring up Dozier.
Boy, you like to see that from Joe. You know what? There's so many times, and Wade Boggs is that type of hitter. You know, he doesn't mind hitting with 2 strikes on him, but there are times that, you know, pitchers are going to try to get ahead with that fastball like Pino tried right here, and Joe, ready for it, lines it into right field. Again, another base hit to right field.
Here's Dozier, drove in a run with a first inning single, scored a run as well. Bluffs a bunt, takes a strike. Dozier drove in the first Twins run with his single in the first inning, then walked to fill the bases in the second.
Twins have had opportunities against Jeremy Guthrie to add to the 3-0 lead.
Swing and a miss, 2 strikes.
Pino starting his second inning of relief.
1-2. ultimately, I suppose you could say what cost the Twins last night was their inability to add on runs after their 4-run six. You'd like to think that the 3 early runs would be enough, but if they don't win the ball game, it's going to be the missed opportunities in between.
Right.
1-2. Very high and inside.
Pino last year for the Twins, 60 1/3 innings. He walked only 14. He had 50 strikeouts. Even in the minor leagues, very good control.
Hit hard to left, a sinking liner in front of Gordon. Dozier has his second hit, and the Twins have a threat early here in the 7th inning. Some news and notes from around baseball. Jeff Samardzija helped shut out the Indians, who are really struggling to score runs. Jose Abreu with a home run against Corey Kluber. That was an afternoon game.
Well, not a good day for David Price.
Snowflakes and temps in the 30s, and a 51 pitch first inning kind of set the tone. Looks like the Yankees are going to beat the Tigers. And David Ortiz with the 469th home run of his career. He's past Chipper Jones. Big night for Big Papi, and now Vargas, who has been compared to a young Big Papi. Skies one to center field. Kane with the catch, and Vargas gone on 1 pitch. And that'll bring up Plouffe. So many opportunities like this in this series, and Twins would like to try to cash in here and get that 4th run anyway. Plouffe has reached all 3 times, a couple of walks and a single. Just a quick note about the Tigers. Joe Nathan was on a rehab assignment. He got 10 pitches in, felt something pop in his arm, and it does not look good. No official word from the Tigers yet as to what the diagnosis is. Plouffe takes an off-speed pitch, strike 1. Field line to the corner, chased by Orlando, and it's off the sidewalk. There was a time in his career, remember a couple of years ago, when Plouffe and Willingham would alternate hitting home runs, and Trevor was really on a power hot streak. And there was a time at that point in his career where outfields played him to pull. They don't do that anymore because he's evolved as a hitter and has used the whole field much more effectively than he ever did as a younger player. 2 strikes to Plouffe, and outside. If anything, Kane in center's playing Trevor to drive the ball the other way. One and 2 to the Twins' third baseman. Foul tip. Who's gone on strikes. Trying to leave it for Arcia.
Yeah, Pino picking up his 2nd strikeout. Twins need a 2-out hit right here.
Well, we'll see how the Royals go after Arcia. He was hit by a pitch, a run scored, so Arcia got an RBI, then a fly ball to left, and a rather quick and predictable strikeout in the 5th. Speed pitch over for strike 1. There the target's up and the fastball is up, and this time Arcia lays off. 1-1. Perez, the catcher, almost in a semi-crouch He was halfway up out of the crouch holding the glove chest high.
Now setting inside.
And Arcia fouls it back.
Perez is going to go out and talk to Pino.
That's the pitch, you know, beyond the high fastballs that he swings through regularly. He's missed his pitch so many times this year. That's why his batting average is under 200, and he has just the 1 home run. It's a pitch that when he's going good, he drives that ball a long ways. If you asked him, I suspect, you know, where do you want the ball pitched to hit it a long way? It would have been right where Pino put it.
Well, with him dropping his hands the way he does, it's tough to hit that high fastball. You've got to bring him back up. I think he would rather have it low because his hands drop into that area, so all he has to do is use his strength and hit that ball out. Now, if I'm pitching against Arcia, I want to pitch him right about the letters. Right at the 31 in Minnesota, up in the strike zone.
Perez wants the target low, and Arcia strikes out. The Twins start the inning with a pair of singles. Don't capitalize. It's still 3-0. Eight and 9 batters will start things here in the 7th inning. Our CarSoup.com trivia question: who was the last Royal batting champion? It's got to be George Brett, right?
That'd be Mr. Brett. 1990.
Remains the only guy to win a batting title in 3 different decades. He won one in the 70s, won one in 1980 when he nearly hit 400, hitting 390, and then won it again in 1990. Mike Pelfrey, 6 shutout innings, and for the second time here at Kauffman Stadium, he's taking a shutout into the 7th inning.
Yeah, he's only the 4th time that a Twins starter has started the 7th inning. You got Malone that went 7 2/3 innings against the White Sox. Gibson 6 2/3 innings against the Royals.
First pitch popped up. Suzuki, Plouffe,
and it's Plouffe. 1
away.
This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins. And the other one was Phil Hughes against Cleveland, 6 2/3 innings.
Pelfrey can afford a smirk or a smile, getting some commentary from his teammates. Here's Colon. So the 8th place hitter has been retired. Now Colon. And it was the 8 and 9 guys late in the ball game last night that kind of did the Twins in. The Twins' inability to get Orlando and Cologne out in their last 2 at bats, as much as anything, what cost them the ball game. And Pelfrey back in the strike zone, 1-1.
What you like to see is the velocity is still there for Pelfrey. The first one 94, that one 93.
Breaking ball over that, and the result, I'm sure, noted in the Twins dugout with a 1-2-3 6th inning, and within the inning a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Now Pelfrey ahead of Cologne, 1-2. The splitter in the dirt, 2-2.
Two-seam fastball.
Tap to the right side.
Another ground ball out.
And 2 down.
Mike Pelfrey making his 186th major league start. He has 55 wins, 70 losses. Again, he has not won a major league game since August 20th of 2013.
The outing we spoke of here at Kauffman Stadium, June 6th of that year. Took a shutout into the 7th and gave up a few hits. Ended up going 6 1/3 innings. And now today, 6 2/3. Here's Escobar, and there is strike 1. It's been the inverse of what you'd think. He had struggled with first pitch strikes early, but now as his night has lengthened, he's become much more efficient. 1 strike to Escobar.
Yeah, the first 13 batters is able to only get strike 1 on 3 of the 13, and right now he has, I believe, 10 of the last 15 first pitch strikes.
1-1 with 2 gone on the 7th. There's 94, and Escobar was late.
I think that's what you were talking about. You said Roy Smalley, when you can get a breaking ball over, we've seen a slider, the splitter, all of a sudden that fastball jumps at these hitters.
And then the splitter for strike.
Escobar get a piece of it.
Yeah, he must have fouling it into the dirt. One and 2. 5 Royal hits. And they've all been singles. And somehow Escobar laid off that pitch.
I was going to say, how do you lay off of that?
A pretty good pitch.
Pelfrey making sure he knows the count. 2-2, 2 outs.
And protecting the plate. The last inning or so, wherever Suzuki has set up, Pelfrey's been real close to being on target. And now 3-2 with Moustakas on deck. Liner to Dozier. 7 shutout innings for Mike Pelfrey and a 3-0 Twins lead. Happy for Mike Pelfrey. There's a couple up here in the booth or two. You can only imagine the difficult task for Pelfrey rehabbing his arm 2 different years, and you work so hard to get back, and when you do pitch, you're struggling, and then you've got another physical issue as he had last year.
Yep. Nice going, Mike Pelfrey.
Suzuki takes strike 1, and now he takes ball 1. Suzuki, Schaefer, and Santana in the Twins' 8th inning. And a strike. Twins head for Seattle after the game. There's an off day in Seattle tomorrow, and then Friday the Twins face King Felix Hernandez. It might be a day where Suzuki would get a day off. Paul Molitor said the plan was, and he goes through these plans with his roster, but the plan was for Suzuki to catch all 3 games here. They're all-night games. And then he, of course, took that line drive off his foot on opening night and still was able to answer the bell.
Yeah, good pitching matchup on Friday night. Phil Hughes against Felix Hernandez.
1-2 to Suzuki. Driven to right field and over toward the line. Orlando camps under it, 1 away.
Well, Pino's done a good job in relief of Jeremy Guthrie.
Did a really good job in relief of Ventura the other day. Right. 24,721 the paid. You can hit the sweet spot all season long at Target Field. The Sweet Spot program is a unique set of benefits and experiences exclusive to season ticket holders. Benefits range from pre-game field passes to bobblehead dolls, taking batting practice on the field, raising the Twins territory flag. They're reserved exclusively for Twins full season 40-game and 20-game plan holders. You can call 833-TWINS, get more info. Fouled back over the Twins dugout, 1 strike to Schaefer. Schaefer had a good spring, not a great spring, but a good spring. He had a better regular season in 2014 and made an impression after coming over from the Braves organization.
He hit .285 in 41 ball games. Struggling here early on.
This is his 13th ball game, just 4 hits, 5 total bases, 12 strikeouts in 34 at bats. Casey Fiend warming up. Looks like he'll get the 8th. We would assume Glenn Perkins would get the 9th if it's a save situation. Checked his swing. 1-2. Fouled back. Twins came into the game with a team batting average of .223. Might go up a little bit today. They've had 8 hits so far.
The Twins have left 10 men on base in the first 7 innings.
Schaefer strikes out for the 3rd time.
Yeah, 2nd time that Pino got him. And Pino picking up his 4th strikeout in relief.
2 down, and that'll bring up Danny Santana. There are 4 teams with a poorer team batting average than the Twins .223 entering play today. The Tampa Bay Rays, the Cleveland Indians, the Texas Rangers, which must be just a terrible shock to the Ranger fans to see Rangers in that ballpark hitting just .212. Then the Houston Astros at .210. Strike 1 to Santana. Hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight. An opening double on the game's first pitch. Tried to bunt his way aboard in the 4th, and then he lined out to the right fielder Orlando in the 6th.
Yeah, Houston Astros struggling offensively, but they're 8-6 coming into today's play. Game and a half ahead of the Oakland A's in the American League West.
Coming into play today with an ERA of 2.98. The Twins starting play today with an ERA of 4.98. 1-1.
Pitching.
1-2 now. It's inside, nearly hit him. 2-2. All the inexperienced hitters the Twins have who are developing the Twins hope into good players. The one that they really would like to develop a two-strike approach with is this guy here, Santana. Put it in play, and he does.
Just like that.
Spanking a single to left. I mean, Arcia, Vargas, doesn't look like either one of them is going to be a player that's going to draw a lot of walks or tone down their swing with 2 strikes, but this guy needs to.
Boy, he's got such quick hands. Look at the hands go through that right there. Just make contact. Good things might happen. It does right there. Santana picks up his second hit.
Dave Island to the mound. Santana candidate to steal, but the Twins have been stymied for the last several years by the Kansas City catcher, Salvador Perez.
Just waiting back and then popping it right there. Good contact.
We remarked on it so many times last year. Santana with no noticeable stride in his approach at the plate. Left-hander Franklin Morales getting loose in the event Hunter reaches here with Mauer on deck. So we'll see whether Santana tries to steal. He tried the other day and looked like he had the base stolen, but tried to reach the bag with his right hand instead of the left.
Yeah, Twins have attempted only 7 stolen bases. They've been caught 3 times.
Is that counting Torrey Hunter's attempt tonight?
Well, no, I didn't count that. So they've only been successful 4 times out of 8.
Over the Kansas City dugout. Strike 1. Looking for another 2-out hit. They haven't had many of those in the ball game tonight. None that have involved run scoring. Santana has to scamper back with Perez throwing to Hosmer. 2 strikes.
Santana get off a little bit too far, and Perez, who likes to throw that baseball around. Santana gets back safely.
0-2. Perez sets up outside. And Hunter loops one to right center field. Kane lopes in, makes the catch, and that ends the top of the 8th. Here the Twins hoping to get out of Kansas City with 1 win and draw even with the Royals in the season series. And those two guys have to be thrilled with what they got from Mike Pelfrey, but now it's time for the bullpen to get to work.
Yeah, Casey Fiend, he worked in last night's ball game, took the loss in the 6-5 ball game, worked 1 inning, gave up 3 hits, a couple runs, 23 pitches, 16 for strikes, making his 5th relief appearance.
In last night's game, Fiend entered the game in the 7th to get the final out of the inning. He did after giving up an opening base hit, then ran into immediate trouble in the 8th. Moustakas takes strike 1. In fact, that was kind of the theme of the night for the Twins bullpen, an ineffective outing for the pen, but just about everybody who came into the game gave up a hit to the first batter he faced, with the exception of Aaron Thompson. Everybody did that. Moustakas popping it up near third. Plouffe wants it. 1 down. So a much better start for Fiend. He gave up a hit to Morales. Got Gordon and then gave up a hit to Perez, and that's when things really turned around, when Perez got aboard and then was pinch run for by Dyson.
Yeah, that led off the bottom of the 8th inning.
1 down. Here's Kane. He singled, bounced into a double play, and hit by a pitch. And first pitch strike. Swing and a miss on a cutter. As intense as Casey is after a disappointing outing last night, this plays out well for him to get back on the mound against the same team in another tight ball game.
Now ahead in the count. Suzuki sitting away and missing away.
Trying to get a hold for Mike Pelfrey under the assumption Perkins would get a save opportunity. Slower breaking ball.
That's the pitch right there I'd like to see Casey do more of. And
one more ding for Kurt Suzuki.
Yeah, I think he took it that foul ball. He's walking out. Take a look. Kane just got a piece of it. And to get it on the right hand again. You know, a lot of catchers are taught to put that hand behind them. Right off the wrist area.
This one, this is starting to concern me a little bit because Suzuki's spending more time on the mound.
Trying to get some feeling back in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see the trainers come out here and take a look at him. He's looking into the Twins dugout, shaking his head side to side, but he doesn't have his catcher's mitt on either. Kurt usually, after taking a foul ball anywhere, will immediately demand a ball from the umpire and let's keep things moving here.
Yeah, so see, put that hand behind him just like he's got it now.
1-2. Popped up behind first. Hunter ranging under it. 2 down. And as Hosmer comes to the plate, Suzuki pointing, I think, to the wrist area. 2 down, and now Hosmer with the bases empty.
You know, with nobody on, a lot of times catchers will bring their hand up with a runner at first, but with nobody on, they're kind of taught to put that hand behind their back for cases like that.
And catchers are able to do that because the equipment has changed from the Earl Batty days when they just had the pillow glove, but now the catcher's mitts are hinged and you can effectively catch with one hand. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I remember back in the 70s, Phil Roof caught me with one of those gloves.
Pillow gloves?
Kind of cool, yeah.
Mark Salas, who's the bullpen catcher coach for the White Sox, still carries one with him. And
right.
1-1 to Hosmer.
Put the sign down. I'll put your hand behind you.
Drilled to right. Hunter has the ball get by him. It goes to the wall. Schaefer will scamper for it. Hosmer to second. He'll try for one more. And he's in at third base with 2 down. A triple for Hosmer. And Morales will come to the plate.
Yeah, that fastball right there. Hosmer hitting it sharply. And Torrey Hunter came in, tried to make a shoestring catch. And the ball got underneath him and rolled all the way to the wall. That ball's right there. Hosmer, good swing. The ball got underneath the glove. It was Jordan Schaefer that had to run all the way from center field to get that ball back into the infield. So a triple for Hosmer, his first of the year.
Single, triple, it won't matter if Fiend gets Morales.
Right.
0 for 3, a strikeout, 2 ground balls to Dozier. Cutter over the inside corner. Actually, at 93 miles per hour. That was his 4-seam fastball.
Well, this is the inning that the Royals have done most of their damage this year, the 8th inning. They did it last night.
Down and in, 1-1. Royals had a chance to score in the first inning. And by chance, I mean having a man in scoring position again in the 3rd, again in the 5th, and now here in the 8th.
Yeah, Kansas City leads the major leagues with 19 8th-inning rallies.
Runs.
Tallies. Runs.
1-1 to Morales. And now 1-2.
And that's a sign of a good ball club. You know, when you can be down a couple runs, you have that confidence that you can come back.
Morales singled against Fiend in the ball game last night in the 7th inning. Royals signing Morales to a 2-year deal, and they've gotten immediate dividends. Two. Fiend really wants to get this guy because Gordon would represent the tying run in the on deck circle. If he gets to the plate here in the 8th, he's the tying run. Punched foul into the seats. Tigers lost, and the Twins trying to keep the Tigers and Royals in a first place tie in the American League Central. Another 2-2. To the left center field. Arcia chasing it and reaching out and making a catch on the track. A long run for Arcia to end the 8th inning. Torrey Hunter being tagged out in the second inning, trying to steal home with 2 outs. Twins haven't scored since the first. Maybe they won't need to. 7 shutout innings for Mike Pelfrey, highlighting the night.
Well, in the first inning, the Twins did take a early 3-0 lead thanks to an RBI single by Brian Dozier, followed by an RBI single by Kenny Vargas. And Torrey Hunter in the second inning tried to steal home. He was tagged out. Mike Pelfrey, 7 shutout innings, couple walks, 4 strikeouts. Outstanding outing for Pelfrey. Twins 3 outs away from getting a shutout.
Franklin Morales comes out of the Kansas City pen. He is the only left-handed reliever they have, and he'll face Mauer, Dozier, and Vargas. Strike 1.
Yeah, Morales making his 5th relief appearance. 2 2/3 innings, just 1 hit allowed, a couple strikeouts. Morales in his first season with the Royals, signed late as a free agent, made the club out of spring training.
Inside 1-1. Mauer with a good day at the plate, 2 walks and a single. Two and 1. Two hits, 2 pulled hits for Mauer to go with the 2 walks.
Yeah, breaking ball right there by Morales, and Joe opening up and hitting it sharply in the right. Ball stayed up. Kind of a flat breaking ball.
Now Dozier will hit. He too has a pair of singles and a walk. Fox Tracks presented by Carrier. Right now both the Tigers and the Royals have 11 wins. The Mets tonight picked up their 12th win, beating the Braves 3-2. What a story the Mets are.
Yeah.
12-3.
It's 10 straight wins in a row for the Mets.
1-1 to Dozier. 10 hits for the Twins. A couple of doubles, the rest have been singles. Popped up. Escobar retreats to the outfield grass. 1 down. All the while, of course, Glenn Perkins warming up in the Twins bullpen. Kenny Vargas will hit as a right-handed batter against Morales.
Vargas hitting .375 as a right-handed hitter.
And he'll take a 1 for 3 as a left-handed batter out of today's game, probably, and will do so with a positive. He also drew a walk. But no issues from this side of the plate, just 16 at bats, but 6 hits, including his only home run. One strike. And now 2 strikes. And again, last year was just the opposite. Vargas struggled from the right side, was just fine from the left side. Sends Vargas back to the dugout, 2 down.
That fastball clocked about 93 up in the zone. So Morales picks up a strikeout.
Plouffe with 2 walks, a single, and a strikeout. Twins have been sent down 1-2-3 only once today. It was in the 6th inning by Pino. Takes low, ball 1. 2-0.
Morales, 29 years old, came up with the Rockies, then traded over to the Boston Red Sox, went back to the Rockies last year.
Blocked by Perez. 3-0. Arcia on deck.
I think you mentioned last night, you know, they have those great arms of Herrera and Davis and Holland, and what the Royals did, they went out and got some veterans. Saw Chris Young last night, 2 shutout innings. He got the win.
On 3-0, Plouffe green lighted, and he hits a pop up to right field. Orlando with the catch. It'll be a 3-run lead for Glenn Perkins, hoping to pick up a save for the Twins on getaway day in Kansas City. Peculiar situation. The game was already tied. Paul Molitor was just trying to get the last out of the 8th inning, but Moustakas got the game-winning hit before Perkins retired Kane. This is a typical save situation for Perkins. He'll face Gordon, Perez, and Orlando.
Yeah, the 2 saves that Perk have been against the Kansas City Royals in Minnesota back on the 15th and 16th.
Shane Robinson is in left. And a first pitch strike. I asked Paul today what would have happened had Perkins and the Twins survived the 8th and then the 9th, if they would have had a save situation, say in the 10th inning or beyond, and he said the best candidate he would have had would have been Caleb Thielbar. The options, the bullpen options behind Perkins as it was, were Graham, a Rule 5 guy, Tim Stauffer, and Thielbar. 2 quick strikes to Gordon. There's a slider that Perkins was reluctant to throw to Moustakas because the tying run was at third. Talk more about that in a second. Time now for What's Next, brought to you by CenturyLink. And it'll be, as you said, a nice pitching matchup Friday at Kingdome. Phil Hughes and Felix Hernandez. Felix Hernandez, at least going into play today, the only Seattle starter with a win.
Yeah, they're struggling.
There's Perez. Like it had the plate, but it's called outside. Perkins got ahead of Moustakas 0-2, but he said he was reluctant to throw the slider because the tying run was at third base, and he was fearful of a wild pitch. Small hit to left. Robinson for out number 2.
Yeah, but that's a negative thought, and that's not very good of Perk to think that. You know, like that pitch that struck out Gordon. You have to have confidence that you can get that over. My goodness, I'm surprised that Perk would think that way.
Here's Paulo Orlando. And the Royals are down to their last out. This is a Royal team that has been off the charts offensively so far this year, and the Twins are 1 out away from shutting them out.
Yeah, Twins looking for their 5th win of the year. Excuse me, their 6th win of the year. It'd be their 2nd shutout. Tommy Malone shut out the White Sox in Chicago.
Up and away, ball 1. Orlando 0 for 3. Malone, the number 9 hitter, is on deck. Popped up right side. Dozier calling for it. And the Twins with a combined shutout, getting 7 shutout innings from Mike Pelfrey, 2 effective innings of relief from the bullpen. And Tom Adam and the Twins won't see the Royals now for about a month and a half, but they played them straight up through the first 6 games.
Congratulations, Mike Pelfrey.